Well, guys, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming. Good night. No, go on, next thing. So yeah.
So Sean, what have you been? Yeah, I was going to ask.
I've been working hard on Dragon Ball Super. We're going to release it next week.
What did you do in time?
We're not even lying. I voiced Goku in Dragon Ball Z, King Kai in Dragon Ball Z, Nail, and I've worked on dozens of other shows since then, and I recently was in Fallout 4 as Strong. I'm in the new Halo 5 game, and I did some other anime show. I did the Scooby-Doo thing that just came out. Lego Scooby-Doo, yeah, Lego Scooby-Doo. I worked on that.
Sean did something pretty amazing.
What I did?
He worked on Dragon Ball Z.
I did.
And which is amazing in and of itself.
True.
But he did something miraculous a lot of people in Texas, and then actually in most places don't do. He said, I'm going to go to New York City, and I'm going to be an actor there, which is a pretty daring thing to do, because that's a huge, giant, scary place.
I wasn't thinking about that. Well, luckily my sisters had gone to college there, and I had visited a couple times, and so I wasn't... What was weird, it was shortly after 9/11. I went in June of 2002, and 9/11 was, the previous year, obviously, but I did notice that there was a lot less people in New York after 9/11, and as I lived there over 10 years, it slowly got more and more crowded as everyone returned. So when I got there, it wasn't as daunting, because it was just, and Giuliani had been mayor, so it was really clean. So it wasn't like the shithole I saw in Welcome Back Kotter in the 70s or whatever show it was. I would be a kid looking, who would live in a dump like that? Because New York in the 70s and 80s was just apparently disgusting, but it was very clean, because Giuliani had this big cleanup program. So it didn't seem that daunting, but you were saying something amazing.
Yeah, I was just impressed that you moved to New York. A lot of actors are a lot of people are scared to move to a new place to do what they want to do.
Well, I was in I can tell you the funny details behind why I did it, other than that. And I'm also a kind of believer in, I'm very aware that we're going to die. And I was just texting my friend Brian about this. I was like, you need to come visit me now. He's like, well, maybe this year. I'm like, we're going to die someday. We're going to do fun stuff. We need to do this. So I was kind of motivated by that, and like, well, you only live once, and although I don't like that expression because I think it's grammatically not correct. I think it's you live only once, but that doesn't have the same ring to it. I just wanted to, explore acting in New York, and I ended up working on a lot of 4Kids shows. I worked on Ninja Turtles, I worked on Pokemon, I worked on all the Yu-Gi-Ohs, I was the lead in Chaotic. I've done dozens of Pokemon voices and stuff, and it was a really great learning experience, because I ended up being an ADR director, and I got to direct the best talent in New York, and I absorbed their distinctive collectiveness into my own, like the Borg, and became a better actor because of it. I feel I owe a debt to all the other actors I've ever directed. So, and then I moved to LA. Yeah. Is that the amazing part? No, okay. I moved to LA a couple of years ago, and it's been going pretty well so far.